Hello, welcome everyone. It's wonderful to have you here for 3 steps to becoming a successful meditation coach. I invite you to join me for a very short meditation to become centered in your heart space and to really drop in to this moment. So taking this time to adjust your body so you feel at ease and comfortable, and take a breath. Inhale and exhale. Close your eyes and turn your attention inward. Take this time to drop your attention into your heart space. You can place a hand on your heart to increase your energy awareness here. And take a few heart breaths, breathing in through the back of your heart, peace, and exhaling out through the front of your heart, calm. Breathing in, peace, and exhaling calm into the heart, the whole body, and the mind. One more breath like that, breathing in and exhaling out, letting all your energy draw together the center of your heart in this present moment. Become aware of your connection to the earth, being grounded and centered to the earth center. Tapping into that sense of stability, security, deep within your being. And in this space of your heart, take a moment to visualize what it would be like to lead meditation as part of your career. What would it be like to have meditation be a part of your personal and professional life every day? How would you feel? Perhaps there's a sense of alignment and balance. How would it positively affect your life? The lives of others? Your community? And if this is a path that you're considering, what is that vision for yourself? That vision of success? What does success mean to you? Breathing in and breathing out of the heart. And let it all come in. So there's no limit to dreaming this vision. Let everything and anything arise naturally, easily. What is your vision, your prayer for becoming a successful meditation leader? What does it feel like in your body, your energy, your life? Breathing in and breathing out. Closing with this simple prayer. This simple prayer and vision of your personal success, your legacy, your impact. Just allow yourself to gently draw your perspective out. If you were to follow this, what is the impact, the effect in the world and for our humanity? Blessings and namaste. Thank you for being here today and meditating together. If you feel comfortable, please feel free to share through chat what that was like for you. The experience of visioning your personal success as a meditation coach. Today, covering these 3 basic steps. So we covered, I would say, the prerequisite, which is your intention and vision. And I think before we go into the 3 steps, it's important to have an idea and an intention for starting this work. And it's okay if that changes. It's not set in stone. You can always evolve it later, but starting with an intention for why you want to go down this path. That's the first prerequisite. And then the first step is showing up. That is the first step. If you are the kind of person who can show up consistently, that is a key step to being successful as a meditation coach and teacher. Are you someone who can show up? You show up when you say that you're going to show up. You're consistent. You're able to have a routine, a level of discipline. And that is really the first thing that you need. And that's the hardest thing, is to show up, because you might be showing up to a classroom where nobody comes, but you're still showing up to that class. And your ability to do that consistently without expectation is going to drive your success, because every teacher, every coach starts at the same place with 0. Generally speaking, 0. So if you aren't able to show up, after that 3rd time, that 4th time, that 5th time, that 6th time, then your chances of succeeding diminish significantly. So if you're somebody who can have that level of resilience, and it doesn't matter how many people are there or if other people are showing up, but you're showing up, that's the first most important step, the hardest step. It's showing up for the practice, showing up for yourself, showing up for what you said you were going to provide. The second step to becoming a successful meditation coach is commitment. So that goes together with showing up and consistently. If you're committed, as in you have already decided that this is what you're going to do, and you're not going to change what you're going to do based on the results or what the process is like, because the process is going to be uncomfortable and messy and inconsistent. It's going to be that way. You're going to feel at times uncertain, perhaps insecure. And it's important to have a level of commitment. If your energy is not there, it's not committed, the people that you're serving will also sense that. They'll feel that. And what's needed is commitment. And that leads to the third step. The third step is practice. And when I say practice, I also mean you practicing showing up consistently, being committed, practicing teaching meditation, coaching other people, but also approaching it as a spiritual practice. Your coaching business, your vocation, your destiny, treating it like a spiritual practice. So you show up to it every day, just like you show up to sitting on the cushion, and you're going to have good days and you'll have bad days. You'll have days you don't want to do it and you'll have a ton of resistance, and you won't have good meditation set. And then other days will be great. Maybe you have a moment of peace, a moment of knowing and insight. And it doesn't matter because you are showing up every day without an attachment to the result, without attachment to the fruits of your labor. And I know that's easier said than done because we still have to pay our bills. We still have to pay rent. We still have to pay for food. But if you're able to approach your business in this way without attachment to the results and without assessing how it's going day by day, but just allowing yourself to be consistent to the process, then you will find success. And it really takes perseverance. If you're somebody who can persevere, it's not about how good you are. And, if you can wow a room, it's much more about showing up and being consistent than it is about being a superstar in teaching and leading meditation. Are you able to show up and create that space consistently for other people, even when you don't feel like it, even when you have doubts and fears and you don't know who's going to come and you're putting yourself out there over and over and over again? That is your spiritual practice. Learning how to find a sense of humility through it all. That, yes, I'm willing to come, even if no one else is. So these are the 3 steps to becoming a successful meditation teacher, coach. And I'd like to take this opportunity to open up the floor for any questions and introduce you to Liberate, which is our 300-hour meditation teacher training. It starts on Monday. And a lot of you are already familiar with Liberate. I'm here to just talk about it a little bit. It's much more than just meditation teacher training. It's life training for life success. What does it mean to be successful in our life, to live fully, to be free, to follow our dreams? This is what Liberate is about. It's about unleashing those parts of ourselves we might have kept hidden or secret from even ourselves, so that we can release that energy, we can move forward, we can create with more of our own enthusiasm, our own energy, and be clear about what it is that we really want and move in that direction. And then when we learn how to do that for ourselves and really develop ourselves through practice, then we know how to hold that space for other people, that space of revelation and insight and meditation. So, Liberate is a personal journey of transformation where you also get to pick up professional and leadership skills to help you succeed. It's also a training that helps guide you into your own experience of, do I want to start a meditation coaching business, lead meditation, teach meditation? It is going to become part of mainstream society. And it's already becoming part of mainstream society, including healthcare, schooling. It's part of prisons. It's part of cancer centers. It's part of healing. We now have insurance companies that are paying for mindfulness and meditation, as well as businesses that are looking for people who can teach meditation in a really relatable and accessible way. So this is an industry that is fast emerging, and this is an opportunity also to kind of get in front of that emergence, the floodgates really opening, just like yoga was maybe 30, 40 years ago. That's where we are with meditation. People are still learning about it. They're still discovering it. So this is an opportune time, and we'll go ahead and put a link in if you are interested. Just be sure to book a call with one of our senior coaches. We opened up our schedule for this weekend, so we're available to talk to you this weekend. It is a significant investment to join Liberate, and I want to assure you, we feel that it's worth more than this investment for what you really receive in the training. Yet I know that it can be a stretch for people. So if it is, book a call with us to discuss payment options. You could also be eligible for a scholarship. This is something that you can look at as a possibility. Feel free to reach out to us through this booking calendar link, or you can also email us at connect@suraflow.org. All right, I would like to open this time up for questions from you and see if you have any questions, and also see if anybody would like to receive meditation coaching. So if you'd like to receive meditation coaching on something specific, I'd love to offer you free coaching and demonstrate it as well to the group here. So just feel free to raise your hand, or you can send a message through the chat to host and panelists, or directly to Chella. And I have to tell you, Chella and I, maybe Chella, if you don't mind coming on as well, I know you're there to also receive people's messages. Chella and I work as a team with other senior coaches in Liberate training. Hi there, Chella. So Chella was in the first cohort. Maybe you could tell a little bit about your experience when you came in and what it was like for you, and just sharing a little bit about it. And anyone else, again, if you would like free coaching, please raise your hand. Let us know. We'll bring you on.
I just realized I was muted that whole time. Anyways, yeah, I'm happy to talk about that. So I think it was in 2018, I believe. At that time, I had just finished, or I just started university courses online. I had just finished university courses online. So I was completely, like, I'd spent all the remaining money that I had earned in the previous years. So it was a kind of a crazy point for me to be starting something new. And I had just said to myself, I've done all these courses, I've done all these trainings, I'm not doing anything else. I'm just going to go ahead and start. And I got an email that said, check out this meditation coaching webinar. And I thought that was so funny, because I just made a note to myself, I wonder if meditation coaching exists. And sort of by, serendipitous events, I ended up finding you, Sarah, and I went to the webinar and I decided that day, okay, well, this is a training I do have to take. Apparently, the universe is saying you're not done. So I just went with it. And, I ended up, it was the first cohort for this version of the course called Liberate. And it was amazing. I think the thing that I loved about it the most was how much it differed from my previous training in mindfulness coaching, which was really, honestly, so mentally based. It was, learning frameworks, learning the right questions to ask, learning, these very sort of, I don't know, it was like there was so much thinking involved that I felt like it was very difficult to connect with the person sitting in front of me. It's like I had to go through the check boxes. By then it's, I'm way over here and they're way over there, and it just wasn't connecting. So I liked your course because it just simplified everything down to just the core things that I needed to bring to a session. And it just felt so much more powerful. And every person I worked with after that, even the people I was working with previously, felt it. They just said this modality is so powerful. It's so real. It's like you're meditating, like the way you have your personal practice, you meditate, but you're meditating with someone else, and it creates this whole other plane, where you're able to access things within yourself and answers and wisdom that, maybe in your own practice you would be able to access those, but it's so much quicker and so much more impactful when there's another person sitting there with you. And yeah, it's wonderful. I mean, I've been working with you ever since. So every time I watch people coach each other, every time I watch a coaching session, I'm always just amazed at how truly, wonderful this whole practice is. So it's great to share it with new people every cohort.
Thanks for sharing, Chala. And for those of you who don't know Chala, she's such a wonderful meditation facilitator. And I hope that you have an opportunity to experience her meditations, because they're truly healing. And the medicine that flows through you, Chala, is amazing.
Thank you.
And I would just say too, anybody who comes through the training, they are able to access very deep levels. Don't you find that, Chala, when people come through, they're just able to get connected, and they might look at someone like me and say, oh, it's going to take me a long time. And it doesn't actually. There's something that transmits very directly, and everybody's able to access this inner power, this inner knowing. And we see the effect of that very quickly through the training. And it just develops as you go on.
And that's why we really put people right in it. There's not a whole lot of preparation in terms of, what am I going to say and how do I say it and which order do I say it? We pass all that, and trust me, because I've done those trainings, it really puts you in a different space. You end up in this mental cognitive fog or something like that, where you're not really present. And the whole idea is that you can be in the present moment with another person, so that you can receive the guidance yourself, as well as also like letting it flow through, so that they can at the same time receive their guidance and let it flow through as well. It's kind of like what we were talking about yesterday, Sarah, with the whole, infinity exchange.
Yeah. And it just becomes effortless. It's like there's an effortless flow that's happening. It's like, we call it magic flow coaching, where it's almost like you're not doing anything, but all of this discovery and insight is being unfolded on its own. So it's a really, I guess it's almost like a transcendent experience when you get there as well, and very much develops your own practice as a coach. That's what we love about meditation coaching, is that it's not about just, helping somebody else. You're both being elevated into the space. And it's also about developing your own practice through meditation coaching. It's meditative coaching. So you're always aware of yourself in a place of meditation as you are coaching another individual. What are your own sensations, your own thoughts, your own triggers where you get lit up? because you're going to be coaching people that have the same traumas and experiences as you. I mean, we're human, we're connected. So when that comes up, how do you move through that energy? And how do you release the energy from a session so that you're not drained? You're able to just peacefully disconnect and move on with your life. And then you show up to the next session completely clear. And, these are important skills to develop when you start working with people at this level.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody else want to come on today? We'd love to hear from you or receive coaching.
Even if you have spoken before, don't feel shy.
Yes. We might have to. Ooh, yes.
There we go.
Oh, wonderful. And Stefano, let us know if you would like coaching or if you have a question.
Maybe
And I think,
chat.
yeah, we can pull you on and hopefully, okay, coaching. Okay, great.
All right, I'm going to bring you on and I will take myself off. Did that work okay? There we are. Perfect.
I think so. And just give Stefano the ability to maybe turn on video. Yeah, do that. Hi, Stefano. Just be sure to hit your mute button there.
Hi.
There you go. Hi there. How can I help you?
I wanted to get meditation coaching from you, if that's okay.
Yes, of course.
Well, one of the issues that I've had, and it's appeared many times throughout my life, is that I'm noticing when people have a specific problem. Like one of my friends wasn't drinking enough water, and I told her, drink water, drink water, drink water. And she didn't really listen until it was like her contact lenses were getting stuck to her eyelids from how dehydrated she was. Or when my brother was going through panic attacks, I told him meditate, 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 and he wouldn't meditate until like it got really bad. And it's just this pattern that I'm noticing always, that I I don't know if it's presumptuous of me to say, but like I know something would benefit one of my friends or family members, and because it's me and I'm the one who's into meditation and I'm vegan and all of these things, they kind of like tune out what I'm saying until they're kind of desperate for any relief. And then I feel like if you would have started sooner, this would have been cleared. It would have never gotten so bad. Like it would have been smoother and less effortful, I guess.
So what I'm hearing is that you're experiencing this pattern where you want to help people and you tell them what to do, what would help them, but then they're not listening until it's too late.
Yeah.
And is this something we can go into meditation together?
Sure.
To explore more deeply? Okay. So I invite you to just sit back and feel comfortable in yourself, Stefano, and take a breath and let it go. And just imagine that being grounded to the earth and breathing in the earth energy through your whole body to the top of your head. And then exhaling back down through your whole body back to the earth. Good. Let's take a few more breaths like that. So you're going to breathe in all the way up, really grounded, top of the head. And then breathe back down. Anything that you might be holding on to, you're going to let it go back to the earth completely. And we'll capture some of the earth energy from the center of the earth by breathing in center of the earth energy all the way up. Good. And then breathing back down all the way back to the earth, and just feel your connection to center of the earth and being deeply rooted within your being. So not only deeply rooted, but connected also to your higher awareness. Great. And I'd like you to just now, so it's not in your mind, but just put it out in front of you. this idea of, helping other people. So just like a bubble that's out in front of you in a circle, where it's helping others, guiding them, and put that out into a circle in front of you. Great. And Stefano, just take a few breaths. And I'd like you to explore your need. So your need to help others, to tell others what's best for them, and where this need is arising for you.
Got it.
Okay, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's that need that's arising for you?
I don't want to see others suffer.
Okay, so you don't want to see others suffer. And why don't you want to see other people suffer?
Because it reminds me of me suffering.
Yeah. So let me just now propose, what's the difference between observing someone's path, like you would in meditation, observe your own thoughts and feelings, observing and being aware of someone's path, versus interfering with someone's path or trying to make it better? What is the difference in feeling that's there for you, or in energy?
It'll pass like waves on the ocean or cloud in the sky. And it's not as stressful. There's less
It's not
holding.
as what?
It's not as stressful. There's not as much holding.
Good. And just gently let that go. And I want you, Stefano, to think of someone that you care about suffering. So put that out in front of you where you're looking at it. And maybe this person is suffering, right? And notice your feeling around it, your energy. And now you know what it's like to observe it. And my question is, what about your own suffering, Stefano? Your own suffering. What would you do when you suffer? How do you hold yourself when you're going through suffering? Do you have a space for that?
Yes, I relax and show myself compassion.
Say that again.
I relax and show myself compassion.
What happens when you do that?
The tension drops. Like I feel more at ease.
And what if you extended this to the people you want to help?
How would I do that specifically?
Just noticing, what if you extended this compassion to the people you want to help? And what if you weren't attached to your guidance for others?
There's a part of me that's relaxing and another that's gripping tightly.
Okay, so what's that part that's gripping tightly? What's the voice saying?
I don't know if that's the right choice.
You don't know if it's the right choice?
Yeah, that's what the voice is saying.
Okay. Well, what can you tell that voice? Because that voice is trying to direct what's going to happen. Is that right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What if that voice didn't have control?
It will be okay.
It will be okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you feel that?
It's settling in. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And just take a breath, breathe in again from the deepest center of the earth, and then let it back down to the deepest center of the earth again. And let things go and settle. Stefano, in what way could you find a peacefulness with the path, the decisions that other people are making that you might not agree with or see as healthy? How can you experience a peacefulness? In experiencing this?
By observing and coming back into my own experience.
Mm. Is there value, Stefano, to suffering? To when somebody suffers?
I mean, it teaches us that the path we're on is one that we need to adjust.
Mm-hmm. So people are learning from their suffering. They're growing through the path of suffering.
Yes,
Would you agree?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Are you willing to allow people their own suffering?
Well, because that is their teacher.
I'm sorry?
Suffering is their teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a heart breath. A few more of those heart breaths. Blessings, Stefano.
Thank you.
Would you like to share what that was like for you?
Yeah, it was challenging at times, like pinpointing where the strongest emotion of holding was. And I noticed it in my back, and in my left shoulder blade. And as I was breathing, I was asking myself the questions you were asking and trying to just be aware of what the first thought that arose was as a response. And the more I got into the meditative experience, the more I was able to relax and I guess see where you were going with it and realizing that I did have that strong attachment just to, I guess, not have people commit the same mistakes I did in ignorance or something. And I'm robbing them of that opportunity to learn themselves, where it will stick for them and it'll be part of their experience. And I guess I was just being impatient.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting to notice when we feel sort of fixated around someone else's journey, right? When we get, fixated or stuck, or that sort of dogmatic feeling that happens, and what it's like to let it go and just allow ourselves to be flexible and fluid with people's choices that they make for themselves, their lives. And that we might not be, even if we're right about what they need, that they might not hear us or want to hear us or be ready to hear us. Mm-hmm. So it's okay to offer something, but when you offer it without attachment, and then, because then we suffer when we're attached to, we're connected to, like, I'm right and this has to happen and I know what's going to happen. And sometimes a train wreck is the greatest gift the universe can give someone. Okay.
Right.
So people have to hit their own rock bottom, not your rock bottom. They got to have their own. You're not there till you're really there with it.
Makes sense. That's such a hard thing to come to terms with.
Everybody is on a sacred journey. They all look different.
Yeah.
You're supposed to look different. and I think honoring that, offering without attachment, observing, breathing, noticing when we get around it, that's our issue when we're getting tense about it. Is this helpful, Stefano?
Yeah, it was when you were mentioning, and now I'm connecting it, like, what does that say about my own suffering? And I was creating all of that, I guess, internal worry and stress that I didn't have before. I became so invested in other people's problems. And now that I recognize it like that, it's like they will figure it out. I mean, it will be unpleasant for them, but if that's the choice they're making, they will figure it out. And me stressing about it is not going to make it better for them. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Blessings, Stefano. You're welcome. This is what people who are compassionate and big-hearted go through, this because we want to help people. It's in our nature to do that, and this is a new way of being with, our own uncomfortable feelings that come up when there is the possibility of suffering happening, and being deeply present with that and noticing how healing it is, how it really does bring us back inside ourselves. So yes, noticing when you get overly invested in somebody else's problems and upset about it. It's a practice. Thank you, Stefano, for allowing me to coach you. And yes, we'd love to do another coaching. Thank you, Stefano. We'll see you soon. Looks like we have Joanne. Oh, Joanne fell off.
She's right there, just taking a moment to turn on
Oh,
her video,
okay.
I think.
Sorry. Hi, Joanne.
Hello.
Hello there. How can I help you today?
Okay, so I'm interested on getting some coaching on it's coming to kind of become a large problem. I started to organize and get rid of excess clutter and things. And now I have put it all into a space in a room, and it's kind of taken over part of that room. And I haven't been able to get it out and away from me. And I've seen this, and this has been a recurring thing throughout my life, that I'll do this. And I'm not sure if maybe I take too much at once and then just put it all into an area and then look at it and it's like a mountain, and I've become like overwhelmed by it. And it kind of leads to avoidance. And also, I think there's like some connections to like past views from like other family members and how they approach situations like that around things.
Okay, great. So you want to practice some meditation with it?
Yeah.
Okay. So just let yourself be comfortable and take a few breaths. So let's breathe in through the heart and all the way up to the top of the head, and then cascade down through the front of your body, out through your feet. Wonderful. And then reach down to the center of the earth and just hang out in the center of the earth, Joanne. And notice what it's like to be there. So be down there and take a few breaths in the center of the earth and just breathe in all that beautiful earth energy. Let it come into your body. 2 more breaths like that. Just breathe in the earth energy. Let it come in through your bones, your center. Wonderful. 1 more breath like that. And just let yourself drop everything and anything you don't need. And then go ahead and come right back up to the surface of the earth, refreshed and renewed, deeply connected and rooted. Great. So I'd like to start with this intention for clearing your space. You had wanted to clear out some things and some clutter. So what was your intention with that, Joanne?
To have more of a flow in my area. To just feel more space, have more space, and easily be able to just see something that I might be looking for at a moment, and just have it there and not have to look through stuff.
And what would it mean for you to have a clean, clear living space?
I feel it would help create more peace and alignment within my own body energy and mind, and reduce overwhelm. There's overwhelm.
Yes. Okay. So I want you to think about this pile that you have in the room. What is this pile representing? So you have this intention, you told me, to clear your space so you have more flow and so that you'd have peace, clarity, alignment. So what is this pile about?
It's like, I guess metaphorically, it's like a mountain that I'm like tripping over and blocking me, that I have to like climb over.
Yeah. Where is this mountain coming from? Like what part of you or your past? Where did this mountain come from?
That
Where have you had mountains before?
I guess like growing up, things like it's supposed to be hard. Things are supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be difficult.
Yeah, because it's hard to scale a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
brings a hard energy. And where did this hard energy come from? Whose energy is this related to?
My mom
Mhm.
and her family,
Okay.
my aunt also.
Uh-huh. So what if you just put this mountain out in front of you and just gently release the energy of mom, and life has to be hard, and if I want something it has to be hard, and just give yourself a chance to let that go, just like a dark gentle water that's leaving. Great. Just let yourself breathe through it. It's almost like, do you feel that, like a fear of letting that go?
Yes.
Joanne, yeah. So just let yourself let that go. You don't have to hold on to the beliefs of your mom. She did her best. Bless her. She did her best, but you don't have to hold on to that stuff. It's okay to let it go. And what would be a thought, a belief to replace that one? So instead of life being hard, things have to be hard. You like to experience instead.
To be at ease, that life can be at ease.
Mm-hmm.
That
Easy.
easy or like at ease, maybe.
At ease. I can
Yeah.
be at ease. Okay. So how about this room? Can you be at ease clearing this room?
Yes. I feel resistance to it, but like part of me is like, yes, you can.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about it. What's hard about moving this mountain? Tell me what's going to be hard about it. Tell me the hardest thing that's going to be the issue.
Honestly, what comes up is going through it, like going through the things.
Yeah. What's the bad thing that's going to happen, or the really hard thing? So tell me what's going to be hard about going through things.
Maybe reminders of stuff.
Yeah. It's going to bring some emotions up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What kind of emotions?
Maybe like sad or negative memories. And then some even like good memories. But I just don't want the things anymore. So it's almost like I feel bad for letting go of things that have good memories to it.
Okay. And why do you feel bad? What does it mean?
I'm not sure, almost like some of the stuff it was like given to me out of like from a good place. And at this time, it's like no longer of use or value to me. So I feel bad, like it almost like hurts the other person.
Oh, do you have to feel bad about that? Or is there another way to feel about that?
No, I guess the other way I could look at it is like grateful for what it represented at the time, even in good or bad, like just grateful for it and how it helped me or it was good, but that now I don't need it and that it's okay and maybe someone else could use it and it could help them or to donate it.
Yeah. How does that feel?
Better, lighter, a lot lighter.
Yeah. So can you see here, Joanne, like the feelings that you're navigating and that this mountain isn't just a mountain, but they are emotions and feelings that are arising through the process of cleansing. So just take a moment to breathe and look at what this will be like, this experience. Just be present to all these feelings and emotions that could arise as you clear your space, and how you're going to hold yourself through it all. How are you going to be with yourself as you clear these things from your past?
Compassionate, and not judgmental to anything that provokes memories or thoughts.
Mhm.
Um,
When you say judgmental, do you also mean for yourself?
yeah,
Mhm.
judgmental that like that these like sometimes I'll try to let go and then keep it or think that I've let go and it will come back or I'll see it in other ways and um, yeah, just hard on myself. Yeah.
So, what if you weren't hard on yourself? What if you were easy on yourself?
It would be less heavy. Um, Less daunting.
Mhm.
I guess the process would become easier.
Mhm. Are you ready to clear this space, Joanne? And not just in your house, but in your life, like in your psyche, like release these past things.
Yes.
Mhm. And when are you going to complete this by? Tell me when you see you could finish this.
I mean, if I dedicated like a weekend to it, I could probably get it done fairly short, very fairly quickly. But part of me is like to not induce more stress on my time frame, like within a week.
Okay, within a week. Could you do it within a week from today?
Yes.
Okay. And what would it feel like? Let's just imagine you've cleaned that space. What would it feel like to just have that space cleared up for you?
It would, it's like I could already feel in my body, just like visioning, like imagining the space clear would be so much like freedom. It would feel more free, um, more space, just brighter, like to let more light in to
Yeah.
the.
So, what will you do? Tell me what you will do when you clean up this space. Are you going to treat yourself or maybe buy something new for your space or go shop? What could you do to celebrate cleaning this space up?
I think, well, spend time in that space. I've avoided that room. And so, like, to turn it into a space that I enjoy being in, that represents who I am now and where I'm going and who I'm becoming. And just, I guess, decorate it in a way that feels more aligned to where I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah. This is more than just cleaning up space. This is you becoming you, Joanne. More of you, your energy, and your space. Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
And are you ready to let go of this idea that things have to be hard?
Yes, I am.
And that things could actually be easy for Joanne. That Joanne, you can be at ease. And it's okay to be at ease. It's okay to be at ease and do things, complete things, to have flow in your life. It's okay if other people don't have ease. You can have ease. What if you just absorbed all of that? That, yeah, I can have ease and have all that ease. The natural ease of the universe. How is that resonating with you?
There's part where I could feel the emotions come up, like a fear almost of things to be at ease, but then like deep inside, like it's not even deep so much, there's the other part that's once I acknowledge those emotions coming up, and then it's like just I guess allowing them to come up and feel it and not be so hard on it that I should be somewhere else, or more connected to the universe almost.
That's beautiful, Joanne. Well, we will close here. Feels like a good place to close. And with this idea of ease for you, this gift that you already have, this gift that you'll demonstrate by clearing your space and letting go of what you don't need, and making a space, a physical space, a physical representation that feels good and supportive for you, your spirit, Joanne. Blessings. Namaste.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Would you like to share a little bit?
Yes. That the experience right now, I feel like almost that beginning of being able to get through it, like where it's like more light is shown onto it in a easier way, where it's not so dark. Anytime I look at this, it would be a very heavy, daunting dark. And I wanted to avoid that, I think. So, which then only made it darker. So yeah, through this experience, and going into a calm state is really helped show me, allow me to bring up and look at this from a different perspective, as it's more than just objects, and how it does, how it is representational to a lot of it to my inner space. So yes, very deep. It's very deep session, like being in it, in the process of a session. It's different, I guess. I've never experienced it, so it's very. I'm glad I did. And
Takes a lot of courage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for opening up, for being open and sharing about that, because I know that it will help other people understand what it's like to go through your things, what it brings up. So thank you. And yeah, I want to see if there's any other people that have questions. We are going to close now. Are there people who have questions? And let's see, just go back about Liberate or the process or anything, any questions? Okay, well, thank you so much. We'll close with a minute of meditation, and really appreciate Joanne and Stefano coming on today. If you want to learn more about Liberate, be sure to book a call this weekend. You can also place your deposit. We put the links in the chat box there. Okay, so wherever you are, just imagine that there's a flower in the center of your heart space with a stem that's extending all the way from that center through your body, through the center of your body, down into the center of the earth, with roots growing into the center of the earth. Just feel this flower rooted and strong and bright in your heart space. And remember to keep a good space for yourself, compassion. It's in the light of compassion that we can truly grow and become self-aware and be of true service. Blessings and namaste.